In a dramatic turn of events that has captured the attention of Burkina Faso and beyond, two aircraft mechanics from the national airline, Air Burkina, found themselves at the center of a national controversy. Their decision to resign abruptly after demanding a hefty salary increase has been labeled as an act of sabotage by none other than Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the country's head of state. This incident, which unfolded shortly after the arrival of a new aircraft for Air Burkina, has sparked a heated debate about patriotism, public service, and the sacrifices required for national progress. Here's the full story of how these two mechanics defied orders and later faced the consequences. The incident. The drama began when Burkina Faso secured a new aircraft, a significant achievement aimed at strengthening Air Burkina's fleet. This milestone was celebrated as a step forward for the nation's aviation sector and a symbol of progress under Captain Traoré's leadership. However, the celebration was short-lived. Just one day after the aircraft's arrival on September 2nd, two mechanics from Air Burkina submitted their resignations. Their reason? They demanded a salary increase of 2 million CFA francs each, approximately $3,300. When their request was denied, they chose to resign rather than continue their work. One mechanic set his resignation date for September 4th, while the other planned to leave by October 31st. This move was seen as a direct challenge to the airline's operations, especially at a time when the new aircraft required skilled hands for maintenance and preparation. The timing of their resignations raised eyebrows, with many viewing it as a deliberate attempt to disrupt the airline's progress. Captain Traoré's reaction. Captain Ibrahim Traoré did not mince words when addressing the incident. In a public address, he described the mechanics' actions as an act of sabotage and a glaring lack of patriotism. He emphasized that their decision to resign at such a critical moment undermined the collective efforts of the nation to advance and unite. Traoré contrasted the mechanics' behavior with the dedication of Air Force personnel who worked tirelessly with far lower pay to ensure the availability of aircraft for Burkina Faso's defense efforts. He pointed out that these military personnel never demand additional compensation, yet they sacrifice day and night for the nation's security. The head of state made it clear that such behavior would not be tolerated. He stated, "All those who try to sabotage, we will take the necessary measures. Willingly or by force, they will fulfill their duty for the homeland." This stern warning signaled a turning point in how the government would handle acts of perceived indifference to national progress. The mechanics' regret. The two mechanics likely did not anticipate the severity of Captain Traoré's response. After their resignations were made public, they found themselves at the center of a national scandal. The government, determined to set an example, made it clear that their actions would not go unpunished. Despite attempts by Air Burkina's board of directors to reason with the mechanics, even offering a compromise of a 400,000 CFA franc salary increase, they refused to back down. Their refusal to negotiate further only deepened the perception that they were acting out of self-interest rather than a commitment to their country. In the end, the mechanics were forced to return to work. Captain Traoré made it clear that their resignations would not be accepted and they would fulfill their duties willingly or unwillingly. This uncompromising stance sent a powerful message to all public service workers in Burkina Faso. The nation's success depends on their dedication, unity, and discipline. The broader implications. This incident goes beyond the actions of two individuals. It highlights a deeper issue about the values of patriotism and public service in Burkina Faso. Captain Traoré's address emphasized that patriotism is not just a word but a principle that requires actions reflecting selflessness and dedication to the greater good. In a country striving to build a stronger economy, stable governance, and secure infrastructure, the willingness of citizens to put collective progress above personal gain is seen as critical. The mechanics' actions were seen as a betrayal of this principle, undermining the sacrifices made by countless others who worked tirelessly for the nation's development. The role of public sector workers. Captain Traoré's message also served as a reminder to all public sector workers about their responsibilities. He stressed that public service is not just a job, but a calling that demands the highest level of integrity, discipline, and ethical behavior. Those who accept positions within the public sector are making a commitment not only to their employers, but also to the people of Burkina Faso. The incident with the mechanics underscored the importance of accountability in public service. When individuals prioritize their own gain over the interests of the country, they commit an act of sabotage not only against their employers, but against the entire nation. Such behavior erodes public trust in institutions and undermines the collective efforts of those who serve with dedication. The Air Force example. In his address, Captain Traoré highlighted the sacrifices made by Burkina Faso's Air Force personnel as a stark contrast to the mechanics' actions. These men and women work long hours with limited resources, ensuring that aircraft are available to support the nation's defense efforts. They do so without demanding additional compensation or recognition, driven by a sense of duty and patriotism. The Air Force's dedication serves as an inspiring example of what it means to serve the nation with integrity and selflessness. Their sacrifices remind us that true patriotism is shown in moments of adversity, when the nation needs its citizens the most. The turning point. The incident with the mechanics marks a turning point in how Burkina Faso will handle acts of perceived indifference to national progress. Captain Traoré's stern response signals that such behavior will no longer be tolerated. The government is committed to upholding high standards of accountability and responsibility in public service, ensuring that the nation's progress is not undermined by the self-interest of a few. This new standard is a call to action for all citizens, from government officials and service members to everyday workers. It emphasizes that the development of Burkina Faso rests on the commitment and sacrifices of each individual, and that everyone has a role to play in building a stronger, more united nation. The mechanics' lesson. For the two mechanics, their decision to resign over a salary dispute has become a cautionary tale. Their actions, driven by personal gain, have left them facing the consequences of their choices. They have been forced to return to work, their reputations tarnished, and their careers forever marked by this incident. Their story serves as a warning to others who may be tempted to prioritize their own interests over the needs of the nation. In a country striving for progress and unity, such behavior will not be tolerated. As Burkina Faso continues its journey toward progress and prosperity, the sacrifices and commitment of its people will be the driving force behind its success. The story of these two mechanics serves as a lesson for all. In a nation built on resilience and unity, there is no place for self-interest or sabotage. What do you think? Should public sector workers prioritize national progress over personal gain? Let us know in the comments. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you.